everybody, hope you are well. Welcome back to the channel. So today is Tuesday. I've had some sleep and now feel more human again. So it's been a busy weekend. I'm heading to Thomas Graham's and Screwfix just to get a few things, and then we'll be back in the garage. But right now I've got a load of suspension arms and springs and all sorts of stuff to sort out. So I am on the way to crack on with Ronda and get some more jobs ticked off that list today. Steve's going to be doing a bit of a hand later on in the garage. But yeah, we're back at it again. So stay tuned.
You can see the riding on the pavement. Young kids, they're growing up in basements. Online, a whole new generation. I'ma make mine, so you better go take it. Always they need a new replacement. Decentralized, can't contain it. We're changing lives, yeah, upgrading. Call it suicide of the older generation. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.
Right. Jobs are good and we've got cracked on. So, new riv nut gun. Mine's gone knackered. Masking tape for masking these bottom arms up, so you don't want any paint getting in where the spherical bushings are going to go. Got an M10 Gomed nut that are going on the plate of the driver's side footwell with a base like spread washer that I've got. Cutting disc, so we're going to be doing some cutting. Probably have got some. Could be D40 because you can never have enough. Check this out. This organisers. See, happy days. Fat Max, Stanley Fat Max. 2 for a 35 quid or whatever they were from Tool Station. That is for all the nuts and bolts that are literally scattered around Steve's garage. So it was doing my head in, and I'm bound to need them. So they're all going in there. I don't know where everything is. Getting organised. Let's get to the garage. So just stopped off at this place. I don't know if anyone local knows about this place. I'll just spin the camera around. So usually I'd be in there doing sausage, bacon and egg, or something like a massive baguette or something, but lately we've been proper strict on the diet. I'm about 3.5 stone down at the minute. From I don't know if anybody watched the Northwest Stages video in February. I was a little bit bigger then. Let's just say that. But the race suit fits now, so that's a positive, isn't it? So I'm gonna nip in here, get a salad. Still on the salads. Actually loving it as well. So feeling good. Let's go and get something to eat. Well, that was a bit trying. They've got Cumberland sausage ring in a bun, like 2 or 3 quid or something in there. But no, true to my word. Got me salad. So, just landed at Steve and Caroline's house. And show you what we brought with us. So, got these springs to get off here. Brought some arms with us. Spring death traps. And then the axle stands to clean up and do a bit of trimming and stuff on, so we'll get that in. So just sat at Steve and Caroline's picnic table. Thank you, Steve and Caroline. So we've also got the battery cable that came in. So this arrived this morning. So it's about 4 or 5 meters. So I relocated that battery and get that in. And then also got, which the dog kindly opened for me this morning, some new end jobbies to go on the battery, or to go on the kill switch side of things. And then also brought the jigsaw with me, and some new Bosch metal blades, because these look like they've lived in the sea. So basically my theory is, forget that one, I only need 2 out of these. So if you so the spherical bushing housing is basically going to replace this. This is like a metal bushing, and then your rubber bushings inside. So knock that out, or hole saw this middle section out, and then just use a jigsaw just to put a little nick in here. Then should tap out with a hammer. should. I might need to put two, one on one side and one on the other. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I want these arms finished today, and these springs off on the new shockers. And then I've also got the new front top wishbone to sort out as well, which is the same scenario as this. So yeah, if I can get them done today, I'll be mega happy. So that is the goal. I'm not going to touch the car today. I just want the suspension stuff sorting. So I've just been to Masterpart as well to try and find some new metric fine bolts to go on the top of here. Sorry, nuts even. Nope. So nowhere doesn't. Thomas Graham doesn't have them, and so anyway, I've got them, so I'll clean them up. But any that I've got in the Honda box of nuts and bolts, I better keep hold of. So you just can't get them unless you're looking on eBay or online. So yeah, they're not an easy thing to find around locally. So let's salad time. There we go, a little update. Got the springs off them shockers, so these will be going on the Bilsteins after a bit of, bit of a clean up and firing with a bit of paint while the others. So these are top mounts. There is a little washer that goes either way, one way on there. I think it's that way, or whichever. There we go. So these aren't actually in too bad a nick. The rubbers underneath are all nice. Give them a bit of a clean up. But these are the original top mounts off the car, and the car has only done 90,000 miles, so yeah, we're happy. Nice one. Right, on to the next. I've got these that need sorting out. So these are the adjustable camber arms, and these are absolutely knackered. So this in here isn't strong enough at all. So they have actually kinked a little bit, and this doesn't even hold the weight of the car. The spring in the middle is onto the strut tower. Rear bushes, goosed. That one as well, and that one, all chewed out. So these are actually quite strong arms, so these are all nice to be reinforced in here. Welding's all nice on them and everything. So what we'll do is we'll tackle these. So we're going to get these bushings out of here. Probably be able to just literally push these out of here or knock them with a hammer. Get rid of these. As you can see there, one of them's even snapped. I've only just noticed. And then what I'll do is I'll do a bit of a redesign. So I do need to measure exactly where these are in this square, because what my plan was to cut these funny bits out, and where it is at, I think it's 1.5 degree of camber. So I'll measure from there to there, from there to there. I'll weld a new plate in here, or on the underside, whichever. And then when the new ball joints go in, they're actually a better design than this, because they've got one of these plates but down here as well, so it actually sandwiches. And rather than having all this metal out of here, this will all be filled in with new metal. And all I have to do is core a hole out for the ball joint to sit through, and then just have 1, 2, 3, 4 holes at where I'm happy with the camber. If later on in life I do need to change the camber even more, which I never have done, I've always been dead happy with how it is, I can drill some more holes and, offset, rather than having big sliders here that could all go up and down on and bend and not be strong enough. So we have brought a bit of metal with us down there, so what I'll do is I'll get these out of here, or measure this up, get these bushings out, crack on. So this is all the spherical bushings that I've got, and I've got my verniers out as well. So this housing unit here, this is all very, very nicely machined stuff, by the way. I'm very impressed. It's all from McGill Motorsport, so that the tolerances are pretty impressive. But there you go. So that slots in there, and then that's the right size to go in there, albeit a little bit narrower. But we do have some of these that bring it down to an M10. So that gets pushed in there. It touches in the middle because of that jobby there, and then your bolt slides right the way through. And then even so I've got them, that still doesn't bring it to the right size of these bushings here. So somewhere, if I can just figure out what I've just done with them, I do have, there we go, these spacers, which are 6.3 mil. So there will be that as it stands like so, then these inserts in, and then one of these on each side should bring it to that. So yeah, happy with that. But first of all, I'm just going to mark everything up, what everything goes, while I remember, and then yeah, we'll crack on with getting these out. Right, we're just a bit more organised now. So here's what I was talking about, the front wishbone. So this is that new design. As you can see, there's a plate on the top, plate on the bottom. This is a damn sight more better quality than what's been on, and it is a Skunk 2 racing product. They were a bit more money, but you get what you pay for, don't you, I suppose? This, all the little spherical bearings with all the tolerances in them are really like pretty impressive. So I'll just lift this one out for you. I'll slide that out. So the tolerance for this and all these that I've bought. So that's the cup. If you just rest it in there, it doesn't go in. You've got to get it absolutely bang on square. Watch me, probably can't do it now, can I? So there's absolutely no rattling or anything in there. I'm mega impressed with these. That little thing is the also again, what the tolerance is for it. That won't go in there. It's got to be absolutely bang on square to get it in. But yeah, no, super cool. Nice and smooth. I will grease the hell out of these before they go in, so keep all the water out of them as well. But it just means in future, if I do need to replace these arms, that stays in, and then the bit that actually comes out is the bearing, so I can just take the bearing out and replace it if I ever need to. Got a funny feeling the quality of these is that good. There's a little circlips that hold them in. I'm not going to have to do that just yet. So that's the front wishbone. Stick that one back there so I don't get lost. There's some spacers there I can't quite remember, so I've got another bag of spacers there. Whether these go on the front or on the back of the car, and those go on there. I'll figure that out when I come to fitting it, but they're all absolutely to the mill. These are stainless steel spacers. These are stainless or little aluminium spacers as well. So I've measured all that with my verniers before I ordered them. And then these are the ones that will be going in the back arms. So let's just take Exhibit A. That is a rusty under the sea arm, isn't it? Wow. So these smaller ones go on the outside here. I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but this one's a bigger one. So we've actually, all these are M10. So this is an M10 and this is an M10. But the only outer I could find that was going to be the right size for this, and I don't even think it is the right size, I think what I'm going to have to do is slightly wallow that out a little bit. I'm just looking for my little measuring device here. So, you know, if we just get a rough sort of estimate there, and then compare that to there. So as you can see, those outers are slightly bigger, but hey, that's what a die grinder's for. But we're only talking sort of like maybe 1.5 mil or something like that. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll get that. That's going to be probably the worst one, but these are a lot more nearer fitting into these. I probably won't use this one. I'll probably use one of these nicer ones over it. But yeah, happy days. I'm all organised now. I've got it clear in my head of what's going where. I have also got these, which are also some more little spacers. I couldn't remember if... I think I need to put these... let me have a little think. I think I need to put these on the... where it joins to the hub, because I think it's a bit too wide. The car, so the hub has got like a shoe that comes down like that, and I don't think these bearings will be wide enough, so hence why I need that. We'll get there eventually. But yeah, we'll crack on, and we'll start, like I said, start with this, make some measurements of this, and we'll get cracking. So I don't know if anybody else does this, probably in the rally world, but these are just something that I thought about in my head when I was ordering stuff, hoping it'd work. So this is literally right back down to the point of fitting it. I still don't know if it'll work. I'm sure it will, with looking at the quality of everything. But yeah, it's just something that I've kind of made up in my head. I don't know. There's nowhere really. There's no go-to with Hondas in the world of rallying. There's a lot of lads in Ireland. Obviously, use Hondas for rallying. There's a Honda Championship over there. But if you look at anything online about parts for, say you put spherical bearing bottom arms, there's just nothing. There's just really just nothing. It's all about boy races how much can they lower the car and all that stuff. There's no information on sort of motorsport with Hondas. So yeah, I'm just kind of winging it and make it up as you go along, I suppose. So, but yeah, makes you laugh though. If it does work, it'll be cool, won't it? So there we have it. Got the ball joint off. There's only one place for that to go. In the bin. Right, let's get this other one off. There we go. Just use a little jigsaw. Got all the bushings and stuff out of there now, so that's a bare arm. So I'm going to hammer this stuff back straight and then make a plan. So we'll go from there. Well, my trusty jigsaw's just died. So screw fix for a new one. Bauer, 2-year guarantee. See how long this lasts. So there we have it. Got all them bushes out of there and the ones on the back as well. So they're all now all blank. So I got all these out. They go in the bin. And now we can attack this with the wire wheel and clean them all up. So let's do that next. There we have it. They're all wire wheeled up now. So we're going to take the Dremel and really clean this area up and obviously make it slightly bigger for the bearing to fit in. And we've also got a new design t-shirt as well, thanks to Mr. Grinder. They buy it, don't they? But anyway, Mr. Dremel. So this is how far we are up to. I'm just making a plate to sit in here. So they are slightly big at the minute, but the corners just need rounding off, and then they'll sit flat in there. So cut one there and one there. And then I've just tapped in the spherical bushing housings. So done that with this 35mm starrett cutter and gone around with the Dremel and cleaned all the burrs off and then just tapped them in gently, really gently. Don't want to distort anything of these because the tolerances are that tight of those bushings, but she's getting somewhere. I just do need to nip off the screw fix to go and get a flappy disc for the grinder for this. I'm going to obviously tidy up metal up and whatnot, and then I need to make a measurement. I need to make this measurement here on these ball joints to make sure that I've got got the starrett cutter to do it with. So we'll carry on, and just on the back arms as well. So these need just it's literally only about 1mm too small is that. So as soon as you put that whole corer through, they tap in quite nice, to be fair. That one's slightly bigger, so I'm just going to have to make a bit of a plan with that one, but yeah, doing all right. So there we have it. We've got plate number 1 in there. It is mega hot. I've just been grinding on it. Bear with me. Wow, that really is very hot as well. So there's I'm going to tap this up nice and square to it, and so I've got something to weld against, and then run a bead down the side and run a bead down that side. Just stick it back in there so it don't get lost. So, and then it's 26mm from this outside edge here to the square ball joint top, and then so core hole in the middle, ball joint goes through 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, winner. So that's the first one made up anyway. That's now ready for welding in. I'll get the other one ready and job's good in. Right, so welder's on and we are about to get these all buzzed in. So I've got those split nicely, split difference as you can see, there and there, and then plates are all nicely all fitted in on both sides. I don't know if you can see on camera, but I've just marked the outline of where that ball joint sits, so I don't want to. And I've found out that the top plate that goes on this ball joint is wider. So what I'll do is I'll flip these over, and then between that mark there and that mark there, I can weld on the underside of it. So I'll keep it bare on top, because that, like I say, that ball joint comes right to this edge, and then when I flip it over, there's enough room to put a bead of weld just under there. I think it'll be strong enough. It's a bit overkill, but in the world of Valiant, I don't want it failing. So it's always been in the back of my mind, these things on these top arms. So I'll do that and fit and forget, I think the answer is. Right, so we've got these set of arms ready, pretty much ready for paint now. Those are probably looking, God, oh my God, Annie, is that your welding? Yes, it is, because I'm not a welder, but they're in there. And where the camera focuses. So like I say, I've skipped welding that little bit in the middle, because I have got underneath, that's all welded up. Alright, I probably need to go around with the die grinder underneath there, but they're all welded up. And then, yeah, happy with them. Got these arms all tacked in as well. Oh, it's not arms, the housings. Just looking in there, see a little weld bomb. That's not going to help my future. But there's a bit of heat penetration in there, so that is, jobs are good, and that should be alright now. But I'm going to have to come back and clean out all these. Oh, it's just clipped off actually. But I'm very wary that the tolerances on those are very, very tight. So anyway, they're not too bad. This camera focus, not happening. But yeah, so they're now all ready for a little bit of paint, and then it's getting quite late on now. So yeah, it's getting quite late on now. So we can't really keep the grinder going and stuff like that. There's neighbours to consider. As you can see, I went to Asda, bought myself a new shirt since the other one had a massive hole in it. But anyway, that's half of the big job that I needed to do done. I'll have to come back tomorrow night and have a look at the rear arms. But now that I've got them in, quite confident that we're going to be able to get them others in pretty quickly. Got a Spherical a bit and stuff to get them in. So yeah, that should be quite straightforward tomorrow. With a little bit of luck. I was rushing to get these sorted out, but I've been to pick up a set of wheels tonight, and having doing that, went to the cash machine, and the cash machine swallowed my card for whatever reason, and then shut down. So challenges of life that you have. So that put me late doing that. So I'm probably an hour late. So the hour that I would have done them rear hand, which are ready to go, but. Yeah, so I'm going to call it tonight, and then we'll pick up back tomorrow. Hopefully the seat rails would have arrived. I was hoping they were around today, really, for that passenger side. And then, but once they do sort of turn up, it's harnesses in, seat in, and pretty much there nearly. Well, I've got that list to have a look at. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling on. I'm tired. So we'll be back tomorrow. See ya. There we go. Next day. Back at it. Carrying on with these arms. So I'm going to get them outside. I'm going to do some measuring, make sure they're in the right place, core some holes, put those other bearings, housings in the rear arms next, get them buzzed up, and then the new seat mounts have arrived today. So there we have it. Same as the driver's side ones. 1, 2. We'll get them in tonight. So that's the passenger side done. Job's good, and let's crack on. Right, so we've got one done anyway. So that's nicely fitted on there. New ball joint, nice and flat in the bottom of there. Bolted in, drilled some holes, core the centre out of it. Job is a good one. She's going nowhere. If I want to, later on in life, I can put a hole there and a hole there, or one further up to change sort of camber positions and whatnot. But I'm happy with that. It's set at 1.5 degrees. Job's a good one. Right, the girls over there on the die grinder because I've used the Spherical on mine, and then I cut it out before on the 35mm one, and it just needs boring out a little bit. So you're loving life over there, aren't you? No, really not. Right, I'm now onto these bad boys. So we're jumped to 10:30 at night now. I've just managed to get both seats in. What a disaster. Been really tight getting them in, but I managed it, and I'll spin the camera around and there we have her. So obviously the harnesses are all very sort of long, but they look nice in there though, don't they? So she's absolutely, as is this one, not going nowhere, tight as anything. Happy days. Seats in, completed it, mate. On to the next. So the next thing is I've been coring out these arms, and then my drill decided to run out of battery, so I've got batteries on charge there. So I'll just finish coring that out as with this one. So I've cored this one out to I think it's 35mm, and then these are 40s for the bigger bearings, and then these just need tidying up with a Dremel. So those to sort out, just waiting for batteries like I said, and then there is this to sort out still. So drill these nice 4 holes, got this all ready. So this design, so this badger sits on there, all 4 holes all line up nice. So I thought, oh, job's a good one, this. Bear with me, a bit difficult to do with one-handed. That fits through there, no problem, but it actually doesn't. So what you have to do, so this is the end of the ball joint, but then I didn't realise it's actually got another recess on it, so it's 2 steps. So you can see this outer one and the inner one. So now I've got to bore it out to this outer one, because this bit has to sit flat on the bottom of this plate on the underside of here, which it will, because I've done this one. So that's how it's supposed to look. All nice and flat on there, all welded up under there. The reason why I've done that one is that I went and bought a 40mm coring thing. So after I've learned from this bloody disaster, so now I'm going to have to, now that I can't core it out, I'm going to have to just go with a Dremel and just open it up a little bit, and hopefully we'll reach enough sort of area to get that. Got to keep it central. But yeah, watch this space. So after a lot of Dremeling later, what time is it? It is about 12:30 at night. Trying to keep the noise down so I didn't go too fast on that thing. But we've finally done it. As you can see, 2 new arms. Job's a good one. So happy days and happy days. So these are now probably going to clean in here with the brass brush fitment that I've got here. So, and then they'll get masked up, ready for painting. So that's ready for painting. I've got the springs, and what else have I got? I've got these ready for welding up in a second. So it's one of my last jobs tonight. So I'm going to get all these. I've got all these fitted in now. Like I said, this is the bigger one. These are the 35s. That's the 40s. 35, 40, 35, 35. But they're now all ready for welding up both sides, and then jobs are good on that. They'll be ready for painting as well. I don't want anything going rusty. There's no point in going to all this expense and going all this work and then for them to go rusty and knacker up in no time. I know that one's a bit more pitted than the other, but I think the steel will be strong enough, especially when I start buzzing a load of welds on it. So yeah. So yeah, let's get to welding. I've got all the settings and stuff sort of saved. Wrote them down the other night, what works best with these bearing housing cups. So let's do it. And then after that, so once I'll let these cool down, the next job is to put the new cable in, which I'm looking at right here. New battery cable going from the cut-off switch to the battery. That's all the length I have to do, and then I can zip tie it all up with that extinguisher hose on the side of the car. Put some little rivet clips in, zip tie it up, tidy job done. And then after that, we'll consult the list. I'm just looking at it right now. We're still on it. So, navigator's seat to mount, cross U off, battery cable, I'm on in a minute, harnesses, jobs are good un, rear arm bushes, rear struts, rear arm bushes, I'm about to weld them in, top wishbones, front, we've got that badger sorted. So battery cable, we'll cross that off because I'm about to do that in a minute. Sill stands, paint and fit the mirrors. What else have we got on here? Pull cord sticker. I'm still waiting for that to land in the post. Check the rad support. So we're making some progress. If we could just get that battery cable in tonight, get these arms all welded, I'll stick them in the van, I'll take them home, and then I'll paint them with those other bits that I want to do. All with the same colour, paint it all at once, lacquer it all at once. It's just easy. So when I go through primer section of it, paint it, lacquer it, bolt it on, it'll be like new. So that's the plan. So let's get to welding. So just about to tack weld these in. Just got a bit of stuff to try and stop some sparky bits going down there. And did notice that. So put a little spirit level across there. Obviously, straight line needs to be on the car, but this little one sticks up a little bit. So what I'm going to have to do, just looking at the bushing here, actually there's more on the bottom than there is the top. So I will tack that in and then put some coins or washers or something just to raise that up slightly. So then they'll all line in nice. So I'll do the same with that one as well, because that one and this end one are slightly narrower than this one. So let's tack this in first and then raise them up, then it'll be the same height then. Okay, got a few, just been trying out all these different combinations, but it is exactly one big washer and a cutting wheel, Dremel cutting wheel thickness to get this measurement right. And so it's flush all the way through. So I'm going to tack this one, let this side cool. I'll do the same on the other one because that big one is tacked in the middle, as is this one, and then buzz them all up. So I just wanted to make sure that they got them all in a straight line, but yeah, we're cracking on. Okay, so everything's tacked in. Now basically it's just connect dot to dot. So they're all nice and flush. Got a nice bit of penetration, see blue in it. Happy days. So weld setting's nice. Now I just need to find something just to go over the tops of these while I weld them so they don't get any slag and stuff going inside, because these are very, very precise on those bearings. So I need to go and just quickly find a bit of metal or something just to cap them off. So we'll get onto it. So I did think it was going to be a late one tonight. It's now 10 to 2 in the morning. I've just got these arms welded. Winner! Spin the camera around for you. So there we go, got them all welded up. There's some, like I said in them before, my welding's not the best, but I don't think they're going to be coming out so fast. They've got a nice bit of blue colouring and stuff on them. I did turn the welder down a little bit. I have welded on both sides. And once I did turn the welder down a little bit, so like I say, it started beading up a bit more, like a bit of a cold weld. So turn it back up, and you know, she's looking not too bad. Got some beads on her, but yeah. Whew. So it's now time for me to try and not burn my hands on these arms and get them loaded up into the van, and then hopefully that'll be tomorrow's job, get everything painted. So there's some mirrors that I've got painted, they need lacquering. Got some axle stands outside which do really need adjusting. I've got these front arms and now these rear arms. So if we can get all that painted, job is a good one. So that's going to be it for this one. It's a bit of a late night. I am very tired. Been in the bakery all day as well, so it's going to be a long day tomorrow as well. But thanks for watching. If you're watching to this far, if you fancy, click the subscribe button, turn the little bell on, and you will be notified for future videos. But after that, I'm off to bed. If you fancy some flapjack, it's thewildbakery.co.uk. Here's the advert.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.